everyone, welcome to Travel Services with Masego. In this video, we are going to go through an activity for refund or additional collection for travel services in 5. If you find this video helpful, please give it a huge thumbs up, click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share to help a fellow tourism student. Please note, this video is based on the TVET syllabus for students studying towards a national certificate in tourism. Notes, textbooks, slides, and previous question papers can be found on futuremanagers.com, which will be linked in the description box below. Now, with refunds or additional collections, we expect that you already know how to calculate a basic fare calculation for your client. You know how to read the fare calculation extracts or manuals. So you are now going into the next step where your client can either come in and change the route along the way in various ways. So the client could be canceling one flight along their route, or the client could be wanting to add a flight onto the route that they are already on. So depending on the situation, you will have to issue a refund, or you will have to collect additional funds from the client. So in this activity, I'm going to be explaining exactly how to identify what situation you are going to be running into. Please note that when calculating a new fare, you must record the portion of the ticket that the customer has already used and then add the new flight. And then if you are issuing a new flight, if it is a refund due to cancellation, you will then have to record the portion of the flight, the portion of the tickets that the client is using, and then recalculate excluding the portion that the client wants to remove. There is a code there in brackets, capital letter A, which stands for additional amount. This you will indicate at the end of your calculation if you need to charge the client more money. No ADC, it means no additional collection. We will indicate that at the end of your calculation if there is no additional money that the client needs to pay. And then if there is a refund due to the client at the end of your calculation, you can see that the client needs to be refunded. You will indicate it with a minus. So in this situation or in this context, you have a client who has a request. It says today is 10 June. Miss Peterson is in Durban and she wants to travel to Pietermaritzburg before traveling back to Johannesburg. Below is her original ticket. Now, the original ticket, for lack of space, is on the next slide. In this slide, they show us her new itinerary. So in her new itinerary, it says on the 11th of June, she will be flying from Durban to Pietermaritzburg and then Pietermaritzburg to Johannesburg. Now, let's go to the next slide to see her original booking. Now, her original booking in some situations will be indicated to you using her old flight ticket or her original flight ticket. So we can see using this flight ticket in this section, she went from Johannesburg, Durban, Johannesburg. This was her original ticket. We look at the original ticket as well to see how much we charged for the flight and how much she was charged for her taxes, how she paid for the taxes, which taxes were charged in the remittance area, and what was the total amount of money that she actually spent. So going back, we now know that the original ticket was supposed to be Durban, Johannesburg, Durban, but when she got to Durban, she decided she wants to go to Pietermaritzburg before going back to Johannesburg. So then we will then have to now go on and plot her original ticket, or write out her original ticket. Her original ticket said Johannesburg, Durban, Johannesburg. She was charged 650 per flight, and then the fare was then 1,300 rand. We added up her VAT, her passenger service charge, his and all the other taxes, and it added up to 1,887 rand. So here, this information is the information that we are copying from the original ticket. We are copying it from the original ticket. You don't have to do the calculation from scratch. You just go into the original ticket. This one, you just go into the original ticket and you copy the information that is provided to you in these sections. So you now know that you charge 650, and then you know that your VAT is 900 and 195. Your PSC is 100 rand, and then you also have EV and YR, which I explained in your endorsement box, sitting at 12 rand for EV and 280 for YR. So that is exactly what we see in this section. Now, the next thing that we are going to do now is reroute for this passenger. Remember, you first have to capture or record the trip that she's already been on. So the first part of the first sector, you can see we recorded Johannesburg, Durban. From Johannesburg to Durban, she paid 650. Now, when she got to Durban, when she got to this point, she decided that she wants to now go to Pietermaritzburg. So that's where we add your Pietermaritzburg, and then from Pietermaritzburg she will then go to Johannesburg. So then you can then start going now into your fare handout. Then we are going to then go and check how much we are going to be charging her from Durban to Pietermaritzburg, and then how much are we going to charge her from Pietermaritzburg to Johannesburg, and then we add up that fare. After adding up the fare, you will then have to calculate the VAT at 15%. I'm not going to explain each and every step because at this point we believe that you already know how to do this. So you add up the VAT, then you add up your PSC, and then you add up your SC and YR charges, and then it gives you the new fare, that the new total that the client has to pay at 2,491. From this point, you will have a template like this, where you will then have to compare between the old fare and the new fare and find out how much the difference between the two is. So here you have to then write out the new fare. You have your new fare. Your new fare is 1,660, the total for the new fare. The new VAT is 249, the new PSC, the new SC, and the new YRYQ tax. Then you will then write out the old fare, the old VAT, the old PSC, the old SC, and the old YRYQ tax. From this point, you will then go into the next section where you will then write out how much you actually charge, how much extra what is the fare difference? What is the difference between the old fare and the new fare in this situation? It's 360. The difference between the old fare and the new fare is 54 Rand. The difference between the new PSC and the old PSC is 47 Rand. SC is 6 Rand, and then YRYQ is 140. Then we add up these amounts to see how much in total the client is going to be paying extra. So when we look at it in total, the client has to pay 607 Rand, and then you have to also add that A for additional collection. So that is how you are going to be dealing with an additional collection activity. That then at this point, your examiner or your question paper or your test or your textbook will then ask you to do further steps like issuing your ticket, various portions of the ticket, and so on and so forth for the new transaction, right? So at that point, you will then go in and fill out your remittance area for the new ticket, or whatever the case might be, depending on what exactly is being tested. We have come to the end of this session. Please share your thoughts and questions below. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so that you are notified every time I post a new video. Till the next session, bye guys.